Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Kloppel Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Okay, that's the entire song for today. Kind of short. It's kind of quick. We'll talk more about the song later, but first, before we get into the song, let me introduce to you the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what, Jamin? I just wrote out my New Year's resolutions
Ooh.
recently, and
Okay.
I'm very much looking forward to this year.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, if it
Yeah.
all works out.
Exactly.
So, and you want to share any of the things that are on there?
Sure. Drink more water.
Okay, that's doable.
I don't. What were the rest? Just things like that. Eat more healthy foods.
Okay, cool.
Just be more organized.
Yeah,
I
okay.
guess.
Okay.
Sing lots of songs. Write lots of songs.
Oh, gotcha.
Learn
Not,
more.
Like, in general, like your own songs.
Right.
Okay, lots of musical stuff. Health and music.
What's that?
Health and music.
Health and music. Yes.
Yeah. Good luck.
That's the one. Thank you.
Cool. Well, let's get into this song. First, I'm sure Clapple's wanting to say hi, and he's always pushing us along, wanting us to move a little bit faster. Hey, buddy. Well, I like your lightsaber. That's cool. So we're gonna get into that in a second, but first, I got some good news and some bad news. So the good news is that this song is really, really short. So compared to the other ones we have, like it's 4 lines on the PDF, but honestly, each of the lines is pretty short itself. So it's a really, really short song. It is really, really fast, and the rhythms are pretty tricky. So that's what we're gonna be up against. The track that we have to practice with is a little bit slower than what I played at the beginning. But let's jump into this thing. This first line only has 3 notes on it. So the first note that we're gonna have is an E. Now, in order to find an E, you're just gonna take any group of 2 black notes, like those ones right there. As long as you don't pick a group of 3 black notes, you should be fine. Any group of 2 black notes, and you're just gonna take the note that's on the right of the group of 2 and play the white note that's right next to it. So that one right there is gonna be the first note that you need for the word this. So you're gonna play that and say this. Okay, cool. Now we need a C, and as you can tell, we need to go way up to a C. So we need to go way up to this C right here. In order to find that one, if you know what the letters are, of course, that's very helpful. Otherwise, you can just count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes and you'll land on a C for sure. Or if you wanted to, you could count through the musical alphabet. It's just the regular alphabet, except it only goes to G. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, because it ends at G. So E, F, G, A, B, C. However you want to get to that C, that's your second note, and you're going to say R when you play the C. So you're going to play this R. Cool. And then after that, you're going to go down to an A, which is 2 notes down. So you're on a C, you want to skip over that note, which would be a B, and then go down to this note right here, which would be an A. And if all the letters are confusing you, then forget all the letters. Just start with that note that was above a group of 2 black notes, go up 5 notes, and then skip down. The reason this line is so long is because you're going to hang on to that C for a long, long, long time. So this rhythm. That's how the first line goes. Now, this next one's going to be a little bit faster than that. The notes are going to move a little bit faster, but there's not really much jumping here. Our highest note so far was a C. We want to go up 1 note from there, and that would be a D. So we're going to play that note and come down twice. So that one and that one and that one. Those are the words is, very. Is, very. Cool. So all of it together so far would be this rhythm is very trick. Yeah. And then for the last part of that word, tricky, we need an A, which is just a skip down from a C. You've already done that move before. Actually, that move right there is the same as that move right there. A C down to an A. Okay, cool. Then we're already halfway done. We're just going to do the same exact move that we did before with 3 notes in a row, except we're going to use the next 3 notes down. So we're going to use C, B, and A. And not that I'm is those those words right there. Not that I'm. We're going to go up 1 note and say pick, and then skip over a note. We would land on what happens to be a G for the second half of that word picky. So not that I'm picky. These will take some practice. So if you start out feeling like, hey, I think I can do this, and you're starting to feel like, oh no, I don't know how to do this anymore. I need to practice that section. That's cool. Just practice that section. Whatever the section is that is kind of easy for you, but it gets a little bit difficult at the end, work on that. Don't work on the whole thing. Once it gets a little bit confusing, then just stop and go back and repeat that section until it's not confusing anymore. So we had, it is very tricky, not that I'm picky. And then we only have 3 notes left. You got this. We're going to go up 1 note to an A. That's the word but. and then down one note for it's, and then skip down for weird. And the rhythm on this one is weird. So let's go ahead and try this whole thing here. If you don't get the rhythms perfect this time, that's fine. We got lots of practice on levels 2, 3, 4, and 5. When we play the track, you'll be able to play right along with us on this level right here. But let's all try this so far, whatever we have. If you're in the archives right now, press pause, practice up whatever section it is that you need to practice. But if you're live with us, just get all the notes that you can, and don't worry about the ones that you miss. Everybody trying their best. Let's go. Ready, go. This rhythm is very tricky. Not that I'm picky, but it's weird. Yeah, and if you've heard the song a lot before, you know it kind of repeats that same section over and over. We'll go over more of that later. But for right now, I want to take a break and say happy birthday to all of our students who have January birthdays. Happy birthday, Franz Schubert, getting up to 225. Good job, buddy. All right, Kendra, tell us about our weekly activity.
This week is the origami piano, and you can just fold up the piano and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Klopple.
That's my favorite weekly activity because I always get to see that keyboard fall off. That's the best. All right, it is now time for a little bit of Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the Mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
This week is from Tony C, who says, Dear Jamin, who is your favorite musician? It's this guy right here. His name just happens to be almost exactly the same as my name, Jacob Collier. But that's that guy right there. He that's actually 4 of him in the same video, and most of his videos have like 4 or 5 or 12 of him in the same video. And I think he's probably my favorite musician of all time, Jacob Collier. Go check him out. He's intensely talented. It's ridiculous. He's awesome at he's like better on a dozen instruments than I am on any one. But yeah, go check him out, Jacob Collier. He's definitely my favorite right now. But I've got some secrets I want to tell you in a section we call Secret Information.
Secret information.
And this week, in our top secret information folder, if you're a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, you already got this week's secret information mailed to you. But this says that this month's music profile includes that this song changes keys. So actually, if we go down to the bonus section, this is on page 22 and 23, right down here. So it's going to start out in the key of F or D minor, and then it goes into like all these other weird keys where it has like an E flat in it, and it's got a C minor in it, it's got a D chord in it, it's got all kinds of weirdness. That's why we got so many sharps and flats and stuff. So not only are the rhythms weird, but the keys are weird too. So if you find this song like puzzlingly difficult because like there aren't that many notes, it should be easy, but every time I try to play it along with the track, something happens and I mess up. That's probably why. It's changing keys a lot. It's also got a couple other secrets in here.
this song is actually in multiple time signatures. So if we take a look at this one over here, we could do level 4B, but let's go back to level 2. So on level 2, we wrote this thing out actually in 3/4 time, which is something that only like Clopple Academy level 3 or higher, I think, would know what that is. In 3/4 time, we count to 3 for each of our measures. Instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The truth is, on this song, you probably count to like 6, and then sometimes you'd count to 9, and sometimes you count to 3. So if you look up the sheet music for this online, you're gonna see all kinds of time signature changes. To make it easy, I turned them all into 3s, so we can count the whole thing as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But because we're counting in 3s, it's one of the fastest songs we've ever done. It's 235 beats per minute. Definitely the fastest song we've ever done, because we're counting in 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we can avoid having to count in 3 and then 6 and then 9 and all kinds of other time signatures. So the way we have it written out is pretty basic, but still, it's a funky thing to try to count. Okay, last thing in our top secret information folder is that most songs feel in sets of 4. So not only does it change keys and it changes time signatures, but it's also got a really funky set of measures. So if we just count the measures in here, normally in a normal song, we would have sets of 4 measures. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would feel like it was time for something else. So we'd have another 4 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'd usually have a chord change right here. On this one, we don't have a chord change till over there. That's weird. Okay, then we'd have another 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'd have another 1, 2, 3, what? 4. The 4th one is missing here. So not only is it in multiple keys and multiple time signatures, but it doesn't even have the right number of measures that we would expect to have in a song. So this song is funky on all kinds of levels. It's deceptive. It looks deceptively easy because you see it and you're like, oh yeah, no problem, I got that. And you try to play it. There's all kinds of weirdness with it. So that's the secret information for this week, which means the only secret we have left is who won this week's raffle. Let's find out if it's you. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.